Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host, Jan. Welcome to your post-match presser of Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 2, and this is one of the strangest 2-0s you'll ever watch, especially considering the majority of that first half from Villa applying the pressure. Today we're going to talk about the performances. Shaky performances for some, the situation, what happened. Of course, 2 goals from Mason Mount in the end, and a wonderful performance from the goalkeeper. Get the microphones up, get them up, come on people, the press. Since he got engaged, Kepa has gone friggin' Super Saiyan, so to his fiancée, we must protect her at all costs. Thank you, put the microphones down. Okay, so yes, 2-0 away at Villa Park. Yes, DVG and his villains are under pressure. Many a song about him getting sacked in the morning was sung. This is still a gargantuan 3 points, ladies and gentlemen, because the crowd got behind them at times. It was a high-octane, desperate performance from the opposition, which can be very dangerous, and not the best performance from a lot of our players at the best of times, excuse me. So, a massive 3 points indeed. We're going to talk about the lineups, how the game went, and what we can actually learn from this. But Graham Potter's unbeaten run continues. 1 draw in his first game with Chelsea when he barely knew the players. And of course, we've won out ever since. And Kepa, Chelsea's first team goalkeeper now, has kept 4 consecutive clean sheets. And hot dog, he had to earn this one. He's out there making different kinds of saves, double saves, a save of the season contender against Danny Ing off the line. He's making all kinds of saves. Oh yeah, good opportunity for me to ask you to please do consider subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy, and dropping a like on the video to show your support. And if you do choose to subscribe, you can hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. It's alright. Right. Let's get into it. So, Chelsea played a 3-4-2-1/3-5-2 early doors. It was a 4-2-3-1 from Stevie G's Aston Villa. We started Kepa in goal, who for me was man of the match. Absolutely clear, even though Mount got a couple of goals. We will talk about player performances. Back 3 of Cucurella at left centre-back originally, Thiago Silva down in the middle, and Chalobah at right centre-back, of course, in the absence of Fofana. Still, Chilwell gets the left wing-back spot, and it's a Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek sort of midfield early doors of Havertz and Mount kind of like taking central areas as well. And we start with a Raheem Sterling right wing-back situation. Of course, he played left wing-back in our first game under Graham Potter. And this was an interesting, sort of asymmetrical shape. We had Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and Aubameyang up front, who was stinking out the gaff, I'm afraid. We can talk about that in just a little bit. We'll run you through what happened. Of course, Tyrone Mings made that error in the 6th minute, trying to head away from goal, instead he heads it up. Mason Mount, like a sniffer in the box. He might have been playing like Cesc Fabregas the other day in terms of his playmaking deeper. But today, he was sniffing around like a poacher, mate. He preyed on that mistake and sort of volleyed it into there. It was a lovely finish. It was a mistake from Mings, but that opportunism from Mason Mount, and to finish it like he did, bellissimo. I love it. Now, Ben Chilwell could have got sent off in the 33rd minute. I can't remember who he tackled, but it was a pretty horrific tackle. Studs up. He gets a yellow. They do look at it in VAR, and obviously just I guess, tend to take, they took mercy on him, I suppose, because for me, it absolutely could have been a red, and I'm very pleased he didn't. I actually wanted Ben Chilwell to come off at halftime and go to a back 4. We do make halftime subs though, and it's not Ben Chilwell who comes off. It's Marc Cucurella. Both of those left-sided players weren't great, but Cucurella comes off, and Kalidou Koulibaly comes on. It's a straight swap, so Koulibaly just plays as left centre-back instead of Cucurella. And as Pilaqueta goes to right wing-back, excuse me, Kai Havertz comes off for him, so of course Sterling replaces Kai up front. Now, we needed these changes because at the end of that first half, they were all over us like some gnarly rash. some Bromirash. Can I do a Birmingham accent? I come from Birmingham. You're oceanic. We're going to try and score goal. Okay, that's probably inappropriate doing accents. Anyway, good substitutions. Azpilicueta's played a lot better recently, even as a right wing back, and of course Koulibaly is way more solid than Cucurella. I reckon initially Potter was trying to do some rotation for resting purposes. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang makes way in the 58th minute after a pretty lackluster performance. And no, it's not Armando Broja who comes on for him, it's Conor Gallagher. So we bring on another midfielder to try and shore up the game, because we're only a goal ahead. And certainly throughout the vast majority of the first half, they're really all over us, and we need to try and shore up this game. Koulibaly gets a yellow a few minutes later from a professional and probably quite necessary foul. And Jorginho comes on in the 65th minute for Mateo Kovacic when we win a free kick. And Mason Mount, man of the hour, alongside Kepa, converts said free kick into a goal. That's not how you talk about football. He scored a free kick. Look, it's a bit it's not a howler from Martinez. Martinez will look at that back and be like, but it's struck well by Mason Mount. What's the first thing you say with free kicks? Just get it on target. As soon as they sky it over wide or hit the wall, you think, what's the point? But to get it on target, had a good whip on it. It was just quite it was a side where Martinez, it was the space the ball went is where Martinez probably should have occupied, or at least had a hand on it. But it was struck really well, certainly on target. Very good from Mason Mount. 2-0 up. I need to sneeze. No, don't. Hold it back. I'm talking about football. Stevie G then craps his pants and makes a whole bunch of substitutions within the next sort of 10 minutes. He makes 3 more subs, which is all of them. Mason Mount gets a yellow card, and Broja comes on for the final minutes for Raheem Sterling. Sterling, we'll talk about him in just a second. Well, in terms of the top line stats, okay, look at this, listen to this. They had 18 shots to our 8. 18 shots to us. They had 10 more shots than us. They're at home, it's fine. We had more of the ball, about 59%, slightly best pass accuracy, better dribbles, probably because of, Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, of course. They want more aerials. The defensive team, I say the defensive team usually does, but they had way more shots than us, and then more tackles, etc. We were dispossessed way more, so they were basically, we were rotating and riding our luck, and they were playing for the manager, absolutely, in terms of Stevie G being in trouble. But look, let's talk about player performances, and make no bones about it, despite Mount being really, really good, man of the match for me has to be Kepa Arrizabalaga. That save against Ings, the double save, good with his feet, his profile suits Pottermore. I'm not going to talk about how I called him becoming first team goalkeeper before Potter arrived, because that would just be me going on about being, right about something. So I won't do that. The back three was Thiago Silva was pretty. I mean, the Who scored have sort of nerfed his rating here as a 6.3, but I thought Thiago Silva was very good. He might have made one mistake, but he always wins headers, and he always tells his teammates off just by looking at them. I know he speaks a tiny bit of English, but he just looks at them and they know they've done something wrong. Chalobah quietly going... Trevor Chalobah quietly going around his business, just winning every game he starts. No one talking about him. Absolutely love it, mate. It's just fun, isn't it? Absolutely good. Cucurella was pretty bad, if you ask me. Who scored just look at the subs here. Who scored gave Havertz a 7 rating. I did think he had good moments in the first half. I got crucified on Twitter for saying that. People were saying he was terrible, but I thought he had good moments. Maybe not a 7, though. Cucurella wasn't great. Chilwell wasn't great. Koulibaly was a lot better when he came on for Cucurella. Azpilicueta was perfectly serviceable and probably actually deserves a bit of a shout out for coming on and quietly sort of stabilising things. Kovacic was so-so. We've not seen the best of Kovacic, but pretty good. For me, I really like Ruben Loftus-Cheek's performance. I think the way he wins fouls by putting his body in the way, and you just have to foul him because you can't he's just too big to... He's just a too big a person to be in the way to get to the ball to, and he dribbles really well. And I think Loftus-Cheek was really, really good, actually. Jorginho came on put his foot on the ball, you know, what you'd expect. Mason Mount, 8.6. He's got man of the match on. Who scored? Probably because of the goals. He was great though, wasn't he? Even if you know, the how he played his game, the tenacity to get that first goal and to finish it like he did. You know, scoring the free kick, even if it's not a historic one, it's a very good one. And then just the work rate, which he's always been known for. You know, he can share man of the match with Kepa for me, because I've talked myself into it. Gallagher came on and was very, very good as well, actually. I was very pleased and impressed with Gallagher. He's just a weapon off the bench. As soon as we knew he was coming back after his loan to stay at Chelsea, but I think many people as well said, look, yeah, this guy's probably going to be like the main first go-to sub, because he'll just run at you, tired legs. He'll be so threatening. I want to spend a moment to talk about Raheem Sterling. Firstly, let's talk about Aubameyang, actually. He wasn't good. He was very poor. He didn't get into the game. He came off. He obviously scored 3 games in a row, so I'm not going to get on his back and give him grief, but he was not in this game whatsoever. I almost feel like he'll be more appropriate in the Champions League. He'll just suit it more, which is kind of ironic and unfair for him, because he hasn't played in it for like 6 years, because he's been playing at Arsenal. But I think the European football suits him, and I think he will score goals for us. But in this game, he was crap. It happens. Sterling. So Sterling will frustrate some people. He hit the post, which is obviously something he does every now and again. He started right wing back, which is something he wouldn't be overly happy with. But he frustrates, and I understand what the City fans felt like that with him. But he's always doing the right thing still. He's always occupying. He never drops disaster classes. He'll always run. He'll always be in the right place. If he doesn't score a goal or get a shot on target, he hits the post. He's never maybe because Aubameyang played, he's made him look excellent. But the fact that he played in 3 different positions, a wide, wing back, and as a forward briefly, I think he was pretty good actually. And I think he's, as a team player and as someone who, if you misuse him, then yeah, it's not going to work. He's tiny. There was a moment when he was playing right wing back in the first half where he tries to block the left left winger, and he just doesn't know what to do, and he just stands in the way. And I tweeted out, this is Raheem Sterling, not a right back. You know what I mean? This is not what he does. But yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with it. Another clean sheet for Kepa, 4 in a row. Potter just keeps winning out. Considering it's away at Aston Villa and Stevie G's under pressure, and they needed a win, it's a different type of challenge. We ground it out. We could have been a few goals down. It's just great for Mount's confidence. He didn't have any goals this season. He's had a few assists, but no goals. So to get 2 is good for him here, and it just continues to show the good feeling around Kepa Arrizabalaga. Yeah, massive. What do you think, though, guys? Comment down below. I want to hear what your thoughts, feelings, and opinions are on this result. I look forward to reading them, and thank you for dropping a like, etc. Excuse me. See you soon. Peace.